Comic 203. And I totally forgot yesterday that yesterday was not Friday. So today is Friday, and so today is 2002, 203. So we're not looking at it on Monday. But, and there's the sound of a Windows machine turning on. Hello, Kenny. Planning to graduate, I see. Planning to succeed. No thanks to your course, Miss Townsend. Well, we'll just have to see what the marks return then, won't we? Maybe you shouldn't fly in family just yet. What? What does that mean? I did your stupid personal reflection. What more do you want from me? I hope you get eternally peer evaluated in hell, you pint-sized freak. Um. um. I'm not quite sure how to explain this. There are some points in your life where, okay, if Facebook had existed back then, I probably would have gotten a lot more trouble. But as it existed, this comic was my personal blog. It was, I mean, it wasn't quite all of my feelings, but it was certainly things that were kind of happening in my life at the time. So at the time, I was actually trying to graduate. And at the time, maybe about a week before this happened, maybe a month, I bumped into one of the, not even profs, um, but just one of the people that was in charge of marking for a specific course. Now, it was one of those total BS courses where it was sort of, oh, we're going to get together in a group and we're going to form a synergistic, forward moving networking committee on. And honestly, it was just sitting around and talking about what could possibly be done. I mean, maybe I could have got more out of it if I wasn't such a slacker, but because I was a slacker and also because I'm a very cynical slacker, I can really excuse my slackerness quite well with the fact of, oh, this is pointless. So it was one of those ones where I didn't put a lot of effort into it because I thought it was stupid. I mean, that happens here and there. So this is that course, and I bumped into the teacher of the course or one of the markers, and the conversation went kind of like this, um, but not quite. It wasn't, oh, planning to graduate, well, no thanks to you, and well, we'll just have to see. Maybe you shouldn't fly in family. So it was just kind of a, oh, oh, you're ready to graduate, and I went, yep. And she said, well, and it was just something like, yeah, I think we'll just have to see how the marks turn out. It was just a snide little remark, and then she walked away, and I was livid. I just thought, you have decided that I shouldn't graduate because I didn't sit around and just try to bloat your ego into this ridiculous course that had actually no basis in reality, and it was just buzzwords, and no good came out of it. The whole point was to actually try to produce some sort of forward thinking idea and forward moving plan, but none of that came out. It was just everyone sitting around and arguing and saying things like, well, no, I think that this would be a lot better if we. I can barely describe it. It was so many years ago. All I remember was that it was total BS, and I just couldn't care less. So it leaves us with this, where I was quite angry. So, in explaining the I was quite angry, we get to no thanks to you. I did your stupid personal reflection. What more do you want? And then I hope you get eternally peer evaluated in hell, you pint-sized freak. I was angry. Let me look at the number of exclamation points. That's how angry I was. Now the only thing that bugs me there is after she walks, because she did do the walk away, but Kenny doesn't look that mad in the third panel. He doesn't look mad. He just looks kind of. I could have used some angry eyebrows, maybe a bigger mouth, very more of an anime-sized mouth. That would have been good. Yeah. So Monday this will continue because this is all about the graduation. Now it does get pretty amusing and ridiculous, but it starts out with a little bit of annoyance, the same way as the as the roommates, the neighbors, the loud neighbors. The same way where I just started out with me being annoyed and angry, and ended up me managing to get a bit of humor out of it. So that's always been my therapy. Get humor from frustration or anger or anything of the sort. My friends always said I'm funnier when I'm in a bad mood. or at least in a bad spot in my life because I get a lot more cynical about everything. Well, that's enough of that. So we'll continue with the storyline, see where it takes us. Monday will be comic 204.